ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रीमेधादक्षिणामूर्तिस्वामिने नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्धदामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्ख्यपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Om. So namaste once again everyone.
Namaskaram Guruji.
Namaskaram.
Namaste Guruji.
Namaste. So we will chant the 10th shloka. Tesham satatayuktanam
Tesham
bhajatam pritipurvakam
Priti-purvakam
dadami buddhi yogam tam
tam
yena mamupayanti te.
Yena mamupayanti.
Good. Okay, so in this 10th chapter, Krishna is talking about the glory of Ishvara Swarupa Jnanam in the first 3 verses. And then from 4th verse onwards, Krishna has entered the topic of nature of God, which he expounds from the 4th to the 11th verse and gives the essence of Vibhuti Yoga. And the main points that Krishna discussed here is that Lord is the material cause of the universe, which means Bhagavan alone is manifesting as the universe. And the implication of this is that there is nothing called world. There is no substance called world, because the cause alone is the substance. Effect is nothing but nama and rupa, name and form, added to the cause. And appreciating the world as the very manifestation of the Lord is called Vishwarupa Darshanam or Virata Darshanam. And a Virat Bhakta expresses his devotion in and through all his transactions. He does not need a special temple or a personal god to invoke devotion. He appreciates the Lord everywhere. He has got satata bhakti. A nitya yukta hai he is. And Lord Krishna points it out in this sloka that for such a Virat Bhakta, Nirguna Brahma Jnanam is just one step away. He has come a long way from Ekarupa Ishwara Bhakti to Vishwarupa Ishwara Bhakti. Now just one more step and he will enter Arupa Ishwara Bhakti, the knowledge of Nirgunam Brahma that is just round the corner. And learning to appreciate the universe as the manifestation of the Lord requires an expanded mind. Only such a mind can discover I am the very substratum of the entire universe. I am the infinite Nirgunam Brahma. So discover that I require an expanded mind. And therefore, Krishna says that for such a Virat Bhakta, a Vishwarupa Bhakta, I will provide all the facilities. I will create all conducive circumstances for him to pursue Shravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasana. I will provide access to Shastra and also Guru for gaining this Nirguna Jnanam. This is the promise Krishna is making. And therefore, in this 10th sloka which we are discussing, Krishna says once a bhakta has reached the stage of Vishwarupa Ishwara Bhakti, their life is ever connected to me. Because they are Satata Yuktana. The relationship between them and me is a fundamental relationship, a permanent relationship, unlike other worldly relationships, which are dukkha hetu, cause for sorrow and grief. But my relationship with the Virat Bhakta is sukha hetu, cause for limitless ananda. And therefore, Preeti Purvakam Bhajatam. They worship me with genuine love and devotion. They do not use me as a means for their material ends. They look upon me as their end goal in life. And I am so delighted and pleased with their devotion that dadami tam buddhi yogam. I will elevate them, make them eligible for the highest knowledge, the knowledge of Nirgunam Brahman through Jnana Yoga. And we saw here, Buddhi Yoga means Jnana Yoga, which will lead them to the discovery of the formless God, Arupa Ishwara, which is the ultimate form of bhakti. And through that, what will they accomplish? Yena te upayantimam. Through that Jnana Yoga, they will reach the ultimate me, which is neither Ekarupa nor Anekarupa. The ultimate me is Nirgunam Brahma. Ashabdham, Asparsham, Arupam, Avyayam, Tatharasam, Nityam, Agandavacha, Yat. Kathopanishad beautifully describes that Nirgunam Brahman. What is that Nirgunam Brahman? Even we will see in Mundaka Upanishad also, those students, Mundaka students, we will see such definitions in Mundaka Upanishad also. So Krishna says, for such bhaktas, I will provide Guru. I will provide Shastram. I will provide an opportunity to study the Shastram. I will help them to gain Chitta Shuddhi and Jnana Yogyata because they have already exercised their free will to come to this far. I will also support them by removing all obstacles in their way to pursue Jnana Yoga. And all this I will do for them. I will bless them with my grace and help them to convert to a Nirguna Jnani. This Krishna tells in the next verse. We will chant. Teshamevanukampartam
तेषामेवामनुकम्पार्थम्
ahamajnanajam tamah
अहमज्ञानजं
अहमज्ञानजं
मतनः
nashayamyatmabhavasya
नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्य
नाशयाम्यत्मभावस्य
ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता.
ज्ञानदीपास्वता.
ज्ञानदीपभास्वता.
So the Anvaya of this shloka is Anukampartham eva tesham aham atmabhavastah nashayami tamah ajnanajam bhasvata jnanadhipena. Anukampartham eva, out of compassion alone, tesham, for them, aham atmabhavasya, remaining in their intellect, nashayami, destroy, tamaha, the darkness, ajnanajam, born of ignorance, bhasvata jnana deepena, by the brilliant light of knowledge. So out of compassion for them, I, remaining in their intellect, will destroy the darkness born of ignorance by the brilliant light of knowledge. So Krishna says, I will light the lamp of wisdom in the mind of a Virat Bhakta. Lighting the lamp of wisdom means what? I will bless them with jnanam, arupa nirguna ishvara jnanam, or aham brahmasmi iti jnanam, advaita jnanam. And that light of knowledge is the lamp, jnana deepaha. This is the advaita jnana deepam. I will light in their mind. So now, how can Krishna light the lamp of wisdom? For that matter, how does any teacher light the lamp of knowledge in the mind of a student? There is only one method: consistent, systematic teaching. Any knowledge is lighted only by consistent teaching. And if consistent teaching should be there, the student should consistently listen also. And therefore, consistent, systematic teaching is called lighting the lamp. And this teaching should go on until the student understands and every doubt is removed. And therefore, when Krishna says, I will light the lamp of wisdom, what he means is that I will provide the opportunity for systematic teaching of the scriptures. And Bhagavan has prepared many gurus in the parampara who are available for free teaching. And if no guru is available, Bhagavan himself will come. Like for Arjuna, when he was ready, Krishna himself became the teacher. And Krishna also did not use any other shortcut to give knowledge to Arjuna. He's systematically communicating the teaching all through 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, all through the 700 shlokas, answering all the doubts that Arjuna has raised. And why would Krishna do all these things for a Virat Bhakta? He says, it's all because of my compassion. Anukampartam yeva. Anukampa means compassion. So out of compassion for them, I will provide everything necessary for those Virata Bhaktas to go through Shravana Manana Nididhyasana and thus light the lamp. And this will not be difficult for me to do because I am Aham Atma Bhavastha. Already through Virat Bhakti, they have actually assimilated me in their mind. I remain in their mind always. And remaining in their mind, I will make this knowledge happen. It's a very easy process for me. This lighting the lamp is an easy process for me. But at the same time, it is not a very simple process. Because when we light a small lamp in the house before the altar, we find that initially the flame is very feeble and a small whiff of wind could put it out. That is why we close the, except all the doors except the front door, switch off the fan, everything, so that we are able to light the lamp. And after lighting the lamp, we need to protect the flame till such time that it starts burning strongly. In fact, some people protect it further by using some glass chimney, etc. So that the lamp is protected even if the fan is running at a high speed. We follow the same process while lighting a fire in the Homakunda also. First, the fire will be feeble and therefore it has to be tended very carefully. It has to be fanned very, very carefully so that the fire catches on to the fuel which is already there. And once the fire has caught on, you can add more fuel to make it a conflagration. And then we will have the flames dancing around the Homakunda. Lelayate. Isn't it? So similarly, at the time of Shravanam, the lamp is lit. But you should never stop with Shravanam. If you stop with Shravanam, your knowledge is so feeble that one painful experience in life, the whole Vedanta will go out. It will be thrown out. Therefore, Shravanam should be followed by Mananam. You should spend time revising what you have learned, consulting the Guru to remove all your doubts, making sure that what you have learned stays firmly in your mind, that you gain Shamshaya Rahita Jnanam. And not only Mananam, but Nididhyasanam is also very, very important. Not only Shamshaya Rahita Jnanam, but Viparyaya Rahita Jnanam is also important. And Nididhyasanam need not necessarily mean that you sit somewhere in a secluded place, close your eyes, and say, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. That also you can do. But that alone is not Nididhyasana. Nididhyasanam is leading a very awareful life. Every moment I am aware of my thought, my action, And if the thought and action are in contradiction with what I have learned, then immediately I set about to changing my thought pattern and also the action coming out of it. Because viparyaya is a very, very difficult thing to overcome. As they say, there is a joke in, of course, in almost all Indian languages. I think it is there. In Tamil also there, in Hindi also it's there. See, the dog's tail is all bent always. So one fellow, he wanted to straighten the tail. So he put the tail through a tube, straight to some metal tube, so that the tail will be straight. So as long as the tail was in the metal tube, the tail was straight. The moment he removed the metal tube, the tail again went and curled itself as usually rather. So this Nrityasanam is very, very essential to actually permanently straighten the dog's tail. Yeah, our life is like that, our thinking is like that. We will very quickly go back to our usual habitual way of thinking, habitual way of doing things, habitual way of interacting with people, habitual way of shouting at spouse and children. All that, it's very difficult to overcome because we have been used to that. Not only in this Janma, Janma after Janma, that is what we have been doing in all our human births. We have to overcome that. That is, then only that knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi, this Nirguna Brahma Jnanam will firmly settled in the mind, will settle in the mind. And then you can abide in that knowledge. That is the transformation that one has to go through. Very challenging. And therefore, once the knowledge becomes a conviction, after that, whatever happens in your life, it will not hurt you, it will not bother you. You will understand the reality of everything that is around you. And therefore, he says, Jnana Deepena Bhasvata. Their minds will shine with the brilliant knowledge of the brilliant light of knowledge. And Krishna says how he will carry out this process of lighting the lamp, this lamp of knowledge. He says, what will I do is, Nashayami tamaha. I will remove the darkness in the mind, which is born of ignorance. So ignorance born internal darkness alone appears as external gloom in the face. Because whether a person is a samsari or not, he need not disclose. You can easily make out from his face. You can spot the cloud of gloom. If you ask him, how are you? He will say, just pulling on, chalta hai. In fact, in Punjabi, they say, dakka shahi chal raha hai. Push and pull is what my life is. These are all there's all one word answers for samsara. And then you sit and ask what is happening, and what they will tell you is the story material for many of the TV serials. All the TV serials, whether it is Tamil or Hindi or whatever it is all about this only. All because of what? Tamaha, darkness in the mind, which manifests as all the samsara problems. But when the darkness in the mind is removed by the light of knowledge, the gloom in the face will be replaced by a glow, a shine, a smile. The face will bloom with joy. It is not that his problems are gone, but the problems lose their capacity to disturb him. And therefore Krishna says, I will destroy, nashayami, tamaha agyanajam. Tamaha, agyanajam means born of ignorance. Tamaha, the darkness, the gloom. I will destroy all the samsara problems which is born of ignorance. In short, this Virat Bhakta will become a Brahmagyani. And without becoming a Brahmagyani, there is no question of moksha at all. And therefore, these verses are very important. Because many people think that without Brahmagyanam, that is by going through a different route, Bhakti Yoga route or Karma Yoga route or Raja Yoga route, they will attain moksha. No doubt, all these paths, they are necessarily to be taken by every sadhaka at different stages. One has to go through Karma Yoga route. One has to go through Raja Yoga route also. If you want to practice meditation, upasana, nididhyasanam, you have to take Raja Yoga route and practice that in Ashtanga Yoga, the Samadhi state. You have to practice that. And of course, Bhakti Yoga is in and through everything. Right from, we have seen, right from Ekarupa Bhakti to Nirguna Brahma Bhakti, everything is Bhakti Yoga only. So it is not that they are all independent paths. They are all paths to be taken at the appropriate stages to finally land in Jnana Yoga route, and that alone will deliver moksha. This is the last mile connection, as they say. In our spiritual journey, we have to take each of these paths at the appropriate stage to finally land in Jnana Yoga path. And here Bhagavan Krishna clearly says, there is no shortcut. You have to gain knowledge. And at the same time, you need not be anxious also. If you surrender to the Lord will provide the conditions for you to gain knowledge. Thus, the Virat Bhakta becomes a Brahmagyani. That is the essence of these verses. And he becomes a Brahmagyani with the assistance and support and blessings of the Lord. Now, Arjuna has been patiently listening to all this teaching. Arjuna has now become a non-skeptical student. He is accepting, he is absorbing the teaching. He is enjoying the teaching. I hope all of you, like Arjuna, is also enjoying the teaching. Now, Arjuna comes up with a question. From verses 12 to 18, Arjuna's question is there. And we will first discuss the verses 12 and 13 together. Okay, we will read. Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama
Param Brahma Param Dhama
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam
Adidevamajam Vibhum
Adidevamajam
Devamajam
vibhum
vibhum
Ahustvā mrishayas sarve
Ahustvaya vishamas sarve
Saste
Devarshirnaradastatha
Devarshirnarsadarsataha
Asito devalo vyasaha
Asito devalo saha
Swayam chaiva bravishi me.
Swayam
Ayam
Chaiva
eva vishime
Brahmishime.
So I'll give you the combined anvaya of both the slokas. Arjuna uvacha Bhavan param brahma parandhama paramam pavitram sarve rishayah devarshi nardah asitah tata devalah vyasah ahuhu tvam purusham shashwatam divyam adidevam ajam vibhum swayam cha eva bravishime. Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna uvacha means we can put it here asked. Okay, uvacha means told. But here, since question is actually it's in the form of a question, so we can say Arjuna asked, or we can even say Arjuna said, because he's making a statement. Okay, what is that statement? Bhavan, you are Param Brahma, the supreme Brahman, Param Dhama, supreme abode, Paramam Pavitram, the supreme holy, Sarve Rishayah, all the sages, Devarshihi Naradaha, including the divine sage Narada, Asitaha Tata Devalo Vyasaha, as well as Asita Rishi, Devala Rishi and Vyasa Muni, Ahutvam, speak of you, Purusham, as the self of all, Shashwatam, eternal, Divyam, divine, Adidevam, the primary God, Ajam, birthless, Vibhum, all pervasive, Swayam cha eva, and you are also Bravishime. They are telling me the same. So Arjuna says, you, O Krishna, you are the supreme Brahman, the supreme light, the supreme holy, the supreme abode. All the sages, including the divine sages, Narada, Asita, Devala, as well as Vyasa, speak of you as the self of all, eternal, divine, primary God, birthless, and all pervasive. And you are also telling me the same. This is the meaning of these two slokas. Simple meaning. So Krishna has talked about Ishvara Swarupam, and Krishna has talked about Vishwarupa Bhakti or Virat Bhakti. And Krishna has talked about the benefit of Virat Bhakti also, which is Brahma Jnanam, which will lead to moksha. So if you actually look at it, with this previous sloka, Krishna's teaching is over. If Arjuna had kept quiet, the 10th chapter would have been over. We would have said Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagawad Gita Shu, etc. But Arjuna is raising a question here. I wouldn't say a question, he is actually leading to a question. He is making a statement which is a sort of a, as they call it, a build up. He is giving a build up for a question which has to come later. And as I said, beginning from this 12th verse up to the 18th verse, it is Arjuna Prashna hai topic. And the question is based upon what all Krishna has said before. What he said in the 2nd chapter, what he said in the 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, all that, Arjuna, because he has absorbed everything, now there are questions coming up in Arjuna's mind. And what did Krishna say? He said, I am the cause of the universe, and therefore I alone am appearing as the universe. And therefore every glory in the universe is my glory. No human being has any glory, but my glory alone is manifesting through every object in the creation. So Arjuna is now interested in knowing the details of Bhagavan's glory, because Krishna has said everything is my glory. And in Sanskrit, the word for glory is vibhutihi. So whether it is a microcosmic world with its glory or the macrocosmic creation with its glory, Krishna says everything is my glory only, all are my glories. But then Arjuna does not want a very general statement, He is not satisfied by saying, Krishna saying everything is, is me, is mine. Arjuna is, like all of us, of course, is interested in the details. So he is asking Krishna to list out the glories. He says, I am interested in knowing the Ishvara Vibhuti. And this is where later on the question will come. And this is the essence of the slokas from 12 to 18. And therefore, coming back to the slokas 12 and 13, Arjuna, as I said, is introducing the topic. And Arjuna knows that he is going to ask for a favor by asking Krishna to enumerate his glories available both here and elsewhere. And Arjuna also has got a doubt that if he asks for his glories, Krishna will say, what is important, Arjuna, is Brahma Jnanam. After all, all my glories and all are not relevant for you for attaining moksha. I have already taught you everything about Eka Ishvara Jnanam and Vishwarupa Ishvara Jnanam. I've taught all that. Now you go to the next stage, Go to Jnana Yoga. This Arjuna feels Krishna could tell. So he is now being very, very diplomatic about what he wants. So he says, Krishna, from what all you have taught me till now, I understand that you are Param Brahma. You are none other than the highest Nirgunam Brahma, which is appearing as Saguna Ishvara. Because Nirguna Brahma plus Vibhuti is Ishvara. And Arjuna knows, while seeking any favor from anyone, one should not straight away go and ask for the favor directly. You have to prepare the ground by praising the other person, pointing out how generous he is, how compassionate he is, etc. Isn't it? That's why, many people, when they come to your house for collecting some donation, for any good cause, they will not straight away come and say, okay, we are going to have this particular function, give me donation and all. They will not do that. They will first say, we have been wanting to meet you for quite some time. We have heard a lot about you. You are a great person. No, you are a Vedic scholar. You believe in God and you do puja, etc. So many things they will first praise you. And then they will come to the point. They will say, no, we are conducting all that. And we are sure that, with your, generous mind, you will help us, etc. But that's a human psychology, rather. And that's why, even when a little grown-up child, say a teenager, especially boys, when they want any favor from the father, they will not directly go and ask. They will approach the mother, who knows when to ask the father. She knows that favor should be asked when her husband is in a good mood. And she will wait for an appropriate opportunity. When that person is in a good mood, she will, slowly put in this request, this boy, he wants to go on a 2 days college tour with the friends and all. It's going to cost some money. I thought, it's good for him to, get exposure to the world, blah, blah, blah. So can you give him that money for going on the tour and permission also? That's how very diplomatically the wife will handle the whole thing. And because the wife is asking, husband say, okay, okay. But ask him, he will maybe put a condition. You should, all this tour and this going around should not affect his studies. I don't want any compromise on the marks that he has been getting, etc. Isn't it? And this is what happens in Shiva temples also, We do Rudrabhishekam by praising the Lord first. Because Rudram Chamakam are two components of any Rudrabhishekam, Rudra Puja. And Chamakam is asking for a lot of favors from the Bhagavan. Oh Lord, give me this, give me that. There's a list of 300 things that we ask from the Bhagavan. But we do not go straight away and ask. Because we know Lord Shiva may not be in a mood to oblige. And therefore we start with Namakam. We start with doing a number of namaskarams to the Lord so as to please him. So we start with Namaste Rudra Manyava Utota Ishave Namaha and go on. Namo Bhavaya cha Rudraya cha Namah Sharvaya cha Pashupataye cha Namo Neelagrivaya cha Shrutikantaya cha Namah Kapardine cha Vyuptakeshaya cha. On and on and on. 11 Anuvakas we go. Namaha, Namaha, Namaha. And we know that when the Lord Shiva hears all these glorifications, he is extremely happy. And when he is in such a happy mood, and before the mood goes out, because we are worried that like us, Lord Shiva also can change his mood. And therefore, we rush through the Namakam part, like a bullet train. And then we ask for all favors through Chamakam. Vajascha me, prasavascha me, prayatischa me, prasitischa me, dhitischa me, kratuscha me, swarascha me, stokascha me, like that. Chame, 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 we chant. That is what it is called Chamakam. So, this is how we even treat Bhagavan, Lord Shiva. First we praise him, glorify him, and then ask whatever we want. In the hope that a happy Bhagavan will bless us with all those 300 things that we ask. Similarly, here Arjuna also wants to please Krishna. And therefore, first he glorifies Krishna. And when Krishna is in a happy mood, he will ask for this Vibhuti Varnanam. And here is an interesting thing. Arjuna has heard about Nirgunam Brahma, but he is not very sure what Nirguna Brahman is. Because if you hear about Nirguna Brahman and all these things a few times, you will not understand it at all. You will think, okay, Nirgunam Brahma is also something, an object, which is there somewhere, which I cannot see, I cannot experience, but like, there are distant stars are there, distant galaxies are there, so many black holes are there, which I cannot see and experience. Similarly, Nirguna Brahma is also one of such entities. And when we say Nirguna Brahma pervades this entire creation, our understanding will be, oh, pervades means what? Like in the morning, in the winter, when I wake up and go out, I see the snow, this mist is covering the whole place. All trees, plants, everything, the houses, mist is covering. Is that what is pervading? So Bhagavan is this Nirgunam Brahma is like a mist. He pervades the whole thing. All these funny ideas, they come to every student in the initial stages. So Arjuna is also a couple of times Krishna told about Nirgunam Brahma. But he is not very sure what Nirgunam Brahma is. Because he is still in the process of learning. He has not yet become a jnani. And therefore, what does Arjuna do? He enumerates all these things which he had heard about Nirgunam Brahma, puts them within quotes, and says, thus people, the great people have declared, have told. And what does it mean? It means all these things I have heard about you as Nirgunam Brahma, but I do not know for sure. The Munis, the Rishis and all, they declare. And so what Arjuna has heard, he states in these two slokas. So he says, I have heard from all the Rishis. Sarve Rishaya iti ahuhu. Ahuhu means declare, tell. Sarve Rishaya, all the great Rishis declare like this. Iti means like this. That originally you are Param Brahma. You are the Supreme Brahman. And not only that, but also you are Parandhama. You are the supreme light of consciousness. You are the supreme abode of everything. Where the word Dhama has got two meanings, both of which will fit in this context. One meaning is abode, another meaning is light. So Parandhama means you are the supreme abode of the whole universe. And you are the supreme light of consciousness also, Chaitanya Swarupaha. So you are Parandhama. And that you are Paramam Pavitram. You are the most sacred ones, the holiest of the holy. And why the Lord is the holiest of the holy? Because anything else becomes holy only because of the association with the Lord. Even if we take the example of a temple, what is it? A temple is just like a building with brick and mortar. And say rocks, pillars, etc., like any other building. If people live in those buildings, we don't consider that building to be holy. But imagine when you install the deity there. The moment the deity is installed, the wholeness of the deity, the holiness of the deity gets pervaded into the entire building. And the whole building becomes holy, and not just the sanctum sanctorum, where the deity is involved. And therefore, Ishvara has got intrinsic holiness, and everything else has got borrowed holiness. And therefore, Ishvara is the holiest of the holy. And in fact, when you go to some countries, like Canada and all that, I've been there. We went to one temple, Murugan temple, I think. Yeah. was a Murugan temple. Hanuman was also there. We went there searching for the temple, put it in the GP, what is that, Google map and all. It showed the correct place. We went there, we saw an ordinary building there. It didn't look like a temple and all, what we are used to do, like Gopuram and things like that and all. Then we asked somebody, where is the temple? He said, this is the temple. We went inside, whole temple is there. From outside, it looks like an ordinary building, but inside it is temple. The moment we step inside and realize it is a temple, our whole attitude towards that building changes. Even the step, the 1 or 2 steps that they have got to go into the temple, even that becomes holy for us. All because of the association with the Lord, rather. So immediately we will remove our footwear, keep it outside and all. Because it's holy. We are not supposed to step in with our footwear. Similarly, even a saint is holy, not because of his being a human being, but because he has become a saint because of discovering the Lord in himself. So Arjuna says, "Oh Krishna, oh Bhagavan, you are the holiest of the holy." And this we can experience also, even say in the case of a fruit that we buy from the market, which we would normally carry it home, consume it after washing it. Suppose we have bought that fruit to be offered to a deity in a temple. And the priest, after doing Naivedyam, gives it back to us. Now, what is the status of the fruit? It now becomes prasada. It is no longer a fruit. It has now become prasada. We can no longer treat it as a mere fruit because it is now associated with the Lord. And therefore, what we will do? We will first of all accept that prasada, putting both palms together with lot of reverence. And then we will, as though, touch both the eyes with the fruit, and then go outside a temple and eat it. Our actions indicate our vision of holiness, the invisible holiness of the fruit after being associated with the Lord. And that is why in Vishnu Sahasranamam says, Pavitranam pavitram yo mangalanam cha mangalam. And that is why Arjuna says, Paramam pavitram, holiest of the holy. And you are Purusham, you are the indweller. You are the resident in every living body, especially in the human body. Every body is a temple, and every heart is a sanctum. And you are there as the Sakshi Chaitanyam. So, Deho Devalaya Prokta hai, Jivo Deva Sanatana hai. Since you are indwelling in everybody, you are called Purusha hai. The word Purusha has got different derivations, but here in this context, we can understand by one derivation. Because the word Puri means a city. Since a human body, the Shariram, is compared to the city in the Shastras with 9 gates, Navadvaram, it is referred to as Puri in the scriptures. And the word Purusha is derived as Purishu Shete iti Purusha, the one who resides in the body, in the Puri, in the city of the body. So you are Purusham, you are the indwelling principle in every living being, as the consciousness behind every organ. As Kenopanishad says, Srotasya Srotram Manaso Manaha, Yad Vacho Vachaha, Saha, Upranasya Pranaha. Every organ is sentient because of the presence of the awareness. And that awareness principle you are. That consciousness principle you are indwelling in every inert body. And that is why, whenever we meet anyone, we do namaskara, greeting the Indian way. We don't say hi, bye, and all that. We say namaskara. And that namaskara actually is not to that body, but it goes to the Lord, who is inside the body, indwelling in the body. Then he says, Shashwatam, you are eternal one. Because when we say Lord is residing in the body, we may conclude that when the body goes, the Lord also goes with it. Isn't it natural for us to think? So Arjuna also realizes this. Hence he says, you are Shashwatam. He is indicating that this is not a correct understanding. The existence of the Lord is not conditional upon birth and death of a body. Even though you dwell in the impermanent body, you yourself are not impermanent, therefore Shashwatam. You are the eternal Atma Tattvam. Like Kathopanishad says, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidathati Kaman. So the Nitya Ishvara is inside the Anitya Shariram, and therefore you are the eternal one. And Divyam. Divyam means Chetana Tattvam. Because body by itself is inert, made of matter. Sense organs are all by themselves inert, all jadam. Even mind, according to the Shastra, is inert, subtle matter or energy. And if these inert organs are functioning, it is because of the Chaitanyam. And therefore the Lord is called Divyaha, Dyotana Swarupaha, Swayam Prakasha Swarupaha, self-evident consciousness. Next he says, Adidevam. You are the primal God who was existent even before the Devatas came into being. So even before Brahmaji was born, you were there. The Puranas say that from the Lord, from the navel of Vishnu, first Brahmaji arises. And from Brahmaji, all other Devatas like Indra, Varuna, etc. are born. And therefore, you are the Karana Devata. All others are Karya Devata. And being Karanam, you are Adi, existing before all. We see in Chandogya Upanishad, Sadeva Saumya Idamagra Asid, Ekameva Dutiyam. There is also a Brihadaranyaka Vakyam. Atmaivedam Agra Asid Purusha Vidaha. All these indicate that you are Adi Devam. So now there will be a natural question. Okay, the Lord is the cause of the universe. Good. What is the cause of the Lord? When you say the Lord is the parent of the universe, even children will ask, who is the parent of the Lord? Because I know that my parent has got his parent has got his parent, then it goes on and on. So if the Lord is the universal parent, who is the parent of the Lord? If you ask, Arjuna is giving the answer. He says, you are said to be Ajam, unborn, birthless. So the Lord does not have a parent. Because the Lord was never born to have a parent. The Lord is the causeless cause of the universe, of the entire cosmos. And where is the Lord located? He says Vibhum. Vibhum means all-pervading one, Sarvagataha. And Arjuna says, all these descriptions are told to me by Sarve Rishayaha, Devarshihi Naradaha, Asitaha, Tata Devalaha Vyasaha. So Arjuna is saying, I have gathered all this information from the scriptures given out by the rishis. Sarve Rishayaha Ahu. And all the rishis declare thus. And who are the rishis? Rishis means jnanis. Rishati janati iti rishayah. That is the derivation of the word rishi. So rishi does not mean the one who should live in a forest only and who should have a lot of jata and one should have a long beard, etc. Preferably white beard. They are all only external things. Rishi has nothing to do with external conditions. It relates to knowledge. So whoever has got knowledge, he is the real Rishi, even though he may be suited and booted and all. So Arjuna says, what I have said about your Swarupa, it is based on the declaration of these traditional Jnanis. More we will see in the next class. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, Guruji. Hari
Thank
Om.
you, Guruji.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram.
Hari
Thank
Om.
you.
Thank you all. Hari Om.
Thank you,
Namaskaram,
Guruji.
Guruji. Thank you very much.
Namaskaram. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Hari
Thank
Om.
you.
Thank
Hari
you.
Om. Hari Om.
Thank you, Guruji. Very lovely class, very nice class. Thank you so much. Hari Om, Guruji. Pranam.
It looks lovely because you have now started understanding these things, isn't it?
Uh,
Like that. Always
yes.
like that. It is
Mm.
not that what I am saying is making it lovely. It appears lovely to you because your understanding is now enhanced, rather.
Both, Guruji.
You are able to relate to what is being said.
Both the Vishaya as well as the one who is saying it makes a lot of difference. Thank you so much.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Hari Om. Thank you. So no hands are going up. So it looks like there's no question. No questions are there. So can we close the class?
Not today. Like we are waiting for Arjuna's answers of Lord.
Yeah, this will go. I mean, more questions will the question will come later. Right? Arjuna will praise Krishna and then he will say, please tell me about all your glories.
So Lataji has already praised you. So,
No, without that also I will actually
No,
tell
the
what
thing is-
Arjuna, what Krishna told Arjuna, because that is my job.
It's a absolutely a fascinating journey for us,
Yeah.
at least for me.
Yeah. It is a fascinating.
So every day is you think you have learnt, but the next morning you feel, hey, you are where you were.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes on.
That is why, I often say that in this journey, you have to monitor yourself every day.
Yes.
Even a small change, small improvement from your previous day, if you achieve, celebrate it yourself. I mean, celebrate means don't call a party. But that is why, very, very aware living one should do. Aware means not merely awareness of everything around you. Awareness of what is going on within you also. And it is really transformatory. I can assure that, I can guarantee that if you are serious about it, really transformatory. It transforms you rather. Whatever other people may think or not think, we don't bother rather. For us, we are transforming the way Shastra wants us to transform. To reach that final goal of moksha, it's not easy, mind you. Out of crores of people, hardly few people reach that goal. So we are on that path and we are training ourselves to run the Olympic. So let us see. Okay.
Guruji,
Hari Om.
Guruji, I just wanted to tell you, whenever I listen to your talks, I put you on a device called Blapont. I'll show you that. This is a device I put you on. Can you, 1 minute? Can you see this? I'm not able to show you that device. So that it's a speaker. You can. It's like you will be on the speaker. You will
Okay.
be on the speaker, so that whoever is there in this place can hear. So that's the reason I'm not able to close it every time you're reciting the shlokas. I'm not able to close it and then recite along with you, because
Okay.
it again I have to the Bluetooth I have to off, then again I have to do. So I just keep it close so that you're audible in this room. Me and Shrikant will be listening, and so both of us want to listen to your talk, so we keep this on, and that's the reason I'm not able to recite the shlokas along with you.
Okay. No problem. No problem. But whenever I'm chanting, even though if you are not able to chant, you chant it yourself, I
Yes.
mean, that you can always do, because the more chanting, you get practice to, you get familiar with the slokas when you chant.
Yes. I have a book.
Yeah.
When you read, I
Book,
just
yeah.
read.
So then when you actually chant with the book, all the more better, so that you will get the pronunciation correct and all that. That is
Yes,
good.
Guruji.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you,
Okay.
Guruji. Good
Hari
night.
Om.
Have
Okay.
a
Thank
good.
you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hari Om.
Hari
See you
Om.
next week. Thank you.